guys, this is Hazy and welcome back to my channel. Over the next week I intend to finish the filming on episode 1 and fingers crossed it all goes well and we can actually get it all done within this time frame. We have one scene to do, one full scene that is, the final scene. We have a Tardis, which I doubt will even get done, and we have a scene in like a marketplace to do, which isn't very long. So plenty to do, but I'm doing the marketplace first as it's the shortest. I'll just let you into a little secret, I suppose. In most of my animations, not all of them, most of them, but I always use a certain figure. Do you know like Stan Lee when he appears in all of the films? All of the Marvel films? Well, I kind of appear in most of mine. So here it is. This is when I thought that those sort of beige trousers were cool or something. But, you know, it has basically a massive D on it. So if you are bored one day, maybe you should try and spot him. So I was creating some characters for this scene because there is a bunch of extras. So I'll just go through a few of them. We have a construction worker with gloves because I couldn't find any actual yellow hands. Police officer, police lady, granddad, old policeman, everyone's uncle, and important businessman. They're all really cliched, but they kind of work. And these will basically just sort of make the scene look more interesting than just having the Doctor and Aaron running around like idiots. So today is the day when I'm filming the market stuff, and that's the reason it's in black and white, because it's night, and when I simulate night in my animation, it's black and white. So I've just filmed it, and it is literally one of the most complicated things I think I've ever done. Large crowds are just about impossible to do, so you might as well just ignore even doing them, because I moved every single person, every frame, and made sure I did. I've done my back in as well, because I've been standing here, like, sort of leaning over it the last, what, 2 hours? And that has meant that, you know, I have finished it, and I've got some shots I like, and some I don't. The reasons that I don't like some of the shots is because it's the bigger ones, and the problem with them is that they're just so complex that even the movement from the stop motion just simply doesn't really work for these large crowds that I'm trying to do. Also, it looks kind of underwhelming when you've got, you know, what, 4 people. That's, by the way, that's not the full crowd. Like, I have more figures, but you know, when you've got four characters there, it's difficult to make them all have reactions of some kind, and I think that's what I've been forgetting to do. So I would suggest just avoiding large crowds altogether. I avoid large crowds in regular life. Alright, so it's now Saturday, and this is the big day of the final day of filming for episode 1. Now, it's going to be a busy day because I have a lot to do today, and it's not just based off this, it is based off other projects I've got to do for other people. You know, I've got some editing for other people to do that I promised that I would do for them, and I haven't yet done it, which I need to do, and things like that to do, not just for myself today, which is definitely a massive change, but I need to film a couple bits just to end it, right? So there's this flat, right, if you see the flat, I need to do one more scene in this flat. Well, outside of the flat, which I did yesterday, by the way. And then this morning, I did this final shot of the hoods basically leaving the flat. And that is the end of using this set. And it's good because it's breaking and it needs fixing. So I'm quite glad I don't have to use it for a while. But then, when you come to thinking, hey, what is actually the last scene? And what do I actually have to do? And I just remembered this week that I have to do this when it's the TARDIS. And at like week 2 I said that I was going to build a new TARDIS. I've built about a quarter of a TARDIS, let's be fair. And I need to build the rest. So that is also going to be a massive priority for me. And let's just, you know, find out whether this works or Not, but I intend to finish all of the filming today, and at the very latest, tomorrow morning. Saturday still, and it is about 4 o'clock, and at this time I'm running a bit behind schedule, so I'm reframing everything that I need to do. So I'm going to set up the said Tardis, and then I'm going to film it this evening. The setup seems to be taking a long time. Now, I've done it for about an hour now, and I haven't done a great deal. I shall show you it as I build it, and that is my intention of how I'm going to demonstrate it. Right, so this is my intended flooring. It's a bit of a mess, it's supposed to be. The idea, I've ruined it, I've attached an accidental cable to it. The idea is that the floors are like, patterns and like spacey sort of stuff. So it looks like this. Then there'll be another wall either here or here. And this wall is on the floor, I shall get that in a minute, and then there's this third wall here, which I hope will connect. It probably won't though. These are green lights, and they are simply, like the that bit over there, they are quite literally blue tacked in place. So when you say that my Tardis is quite literally held together with blue tack, it really is. The way that I got those lights under there, right, was just tucking a bunch of lights inside and then closing the hatch as quickly as I could so they couldn't escape. And there's just some Lego bricks just along each corner, just making sure that this doesn't pop up needlessly. So the console is done. Very basic, I suppose. Literally just stuck some printed pieces all over the place and stuck the main console on top of the main light. This bit is basically 4 of these lights, blue tacked in as shown before, held together by 3 Doctor Who DVDs. It's quite fitting, really. And then over on this side we see that this is a bit of a problem, which means that everything, this layer needs to come off, so I can change this around so this would not interfere, because I've just tried to put the next piece on, and when I have, it hasn't been working because this is in the way and therefore is not closing this gap, which means that there's a massive gap in the corner. So next step was adding in the door, and it was a very basic idea. I didn't want to, simply because there's no way of like opening a hole in this one so things can escape because of the angle that it's at. It's going to be shot from sort of this angle, so then as something walks in, you see that, and then the door will close behind it, and then there's the TARDIS console. With all these lovely lights, especially towards the front. The way I figured out how to do this was basically remove that sticky out piece, I span it around, and then stuck everything back and placed that there, so just so it doesn't topple over. There's also, I believe there's a little bit of blue tack over in that corner, but that's not really going to matter because that's not going to appear a great deal. So, the TARDIS completed. I believe that is everything put in place. You might notice that I haven't exactly stuck everything to the wall, so that's when I'm filming it. I can move the walls around if needs be, you know, which I will do quite a lot. I'm really happy with this flooring. It's a bit random and it will change every episode, but that's fine. I did a sofa. I tried to add some cool stuff, so I'll just show you some of the cool stuff. So this is a sofa, and well, I thought, you know, this is as deep as I'm going to go with this. But you know, the Doctor's always busy, so why would he need a sofa? So I threw some stuff on it. If people remember, which no one will, because nobody used to watch any of my videos then, I don't think. Here is the artifact from like my first series, and a Vashta Narada helmet, and that is just a bookcase from the Lego Big Bang Theory set, the Ideas set. That's the table from that set as well, and with another bookcase as well, which I've, you know, changed. It's now got a skull on it and a Dalek. And there we go. the final scene completed. Well, I lie, actually. The final scene completed for this video. The final scene, which is not really it's a reveal of some kind, is something I'm saving, and she'll film once I finish this video. So I think, you know, that's everything that I wanted to do this video. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you like, subscribe if you are new. Next week we begin post-production of this episode, and we also reveal some stuff towards episode 2. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you soon. Goodbye.